All right, welcome back to RJB First Steps. You're here with Rob and Jules. So the purpose of our show is to talk about our experiences in overcoming daily struggles and how to stay positive. So the topic for today is discipline. Do you want to kick it off there, Rob?
Sure. So we're going to be looking into a couple of different things around discipline and self-discipline. So I wanted to tackle in our first part 3 different points. So what is being disciplined to you? You don't have to give me the Webster's or Oxford Dictionary.
I don't even have
definition.
One. I don't have one. I think it's doing what you need to do without being affected by emotions.
Right. Okay.
So like goals, dreams, things that you need to do, but you just can't sort of do it with emotions. Otherwise you give up.
Okay. And what about self-discipline?
I think that's the same thing.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, awesome. For me, I think of habits drilled into people that no one has to tell them to do. They just do it by themselves over years of practice or certain passage of time.
Okay.
Only because I did look at the definition before and a lot of discipline was doing what has been set in motion or as per the protocol to avoid punishment.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you failed, there would be a punishment.
Jeez.
Yeah. Punishment featured very heavily in it.
Okay.
Which I think is part of the problem as well.
So is discipline the punishment, or is the impact of discipline like if you don't fall through with it, then it becomes a punishment?
Yeah, if it's the punishment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how do you view someone who is disciplined? Because for me, I find that they can be very intimidating.
Really?
Yeah.
I find the ones that is discipline, I see them as strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
I see them as bold, so they know what they want.
Right.
I also find them quiet. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that I know. Sorry, there's not a lot of people I know, but I have no friends. No, there's I've seen people that are quiet, and so they don't talk about their goals until they've achieved it.
Right. Okay.
So they'll do some, they won't say anything, but then out of the blue, you just seen that, if they achieved a goal. And I was like, man, I didn't even know you were working on that. So
right. Okay.
That kind of quiet, humble, I find them to be the most disciplined.
Right. Okay. So they don't talk about it. They are about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I find that they're intimidating, but I think that's more a reflection on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because I look at myself and I sort of think I'm not disciplined.
So what about them?
Self-disciplined.
What about them do you find it intimidating?
I think it's their work ethic, that I know that they're working harder than me.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is just like a mental block. And when I say working harder than me, it's they're getting better results than me because they're more self-disciplined.
So what else do you see in someone who is disciplined?
Intense focus, because of their discipline or their like their commitment to their craft, they're on point, like in terms of their answers and general responses.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, like my process is like I will fail until I eventually get it, and then I kill.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like I've got to work really, really hard and fail quickly and then get over it. Like I've got to get it wrong a couple of times and then succeed.
And they're the opposite.
Well, I think with self-disciplined people, you see less failure.
I don't believe that to be true.
Yeah?
I don't think you see anything with people that are self-disciplined, like failure or, the little successes until you get to that big success.
Right.
And then you sort of know about it.
Okay.
But people that are self-disciplined, I think that they're so focused on what they need to do.
Right.
That they don't worry about, everybody else. They're just sort of like, it's like tunnel vision people.
Right.
And they're just so focused that nothing else matters. And so like you kind of don't see them for a while.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe that's like the essential part that like I'm kind of missing out on.
That's what I would love to have.
Like I find that I don't focus on one thing at a time. So like even at work, like I'd be sort of like the Cocker Spaniel where I'll be working on something and then I'll check something else out and I'll kind of get into that and then flip-flop between the two. But if I just focused on something, I'd pick up the detail, I'd work through.
So when you flip-flop, is that you're multitasking or is that you being distracted?
Distracted by like another piece of work that I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was working, looking after performance in a call center, it was looking at the calls queuing and what I can do, but I'm also working on a different piece.
Okay.
But I would always kind of flip-flop between the two.
Yeah.
And that meant that I didn't focus on just one piece.
Okay.
But both were integral to the role. Yeah.
Okay.
When you think of like taking on discipline, or when you think of like taking on something that will like really kind of stretch you, like a new diet or a workout regime, something like
when do I self-discipline? Oh, sorry.
No, I haven't even like finished the question.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying
just pauses.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the question as well. When you do like, go on like a workout regime or diet or have to learn a new skill, have to undergo training.
Yeah.
What's your first sort of like response to it, like mentally?
It depends what it is. Like with exercising and that, it takes me a lot. Like it takes me a lot of like I need a lot of motivation to do it.
Okay.
Like because it's not something I want to do, but it's something I need to do.
Right.
Whereas something that I want to do, I'm up early in the morning. I'm like my energy is really high. I'm excited.
You run on less sleep?
Yeah, like anything that I'm sort of motivated to tackle,
right?
I'll run on like 2 hours sleep or 1 hour sleep.
Yeah,
or I wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Like for example, ages ago, like, we were organizing Christmas for our whole family.
Yeah.
And I would not sleep until everything was done. So, like, and that meant, like, I was the only one, like, myself and my brother were the only two in the whole family that were awake, actually.
I remember that Christmas. You were up for like 48 hours.
Yeah.
Making pies.
Yeah. We've like cleaned the whole house, arranged everything, set up the eating areas, the decorations. And because everybody opened presents at midnight, so there was just rubbish everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was like cleaning that, cooking, baking. Yeah.
I got to say the pies are worth it.
But yeah, things like that I enjoy doing, I'm on it. But things that I'm not interested in,
yeah,
or things that I know I need to do but I don't really want to do, then yeah, it takes a lot of motivation. Like I that's when I need, like that's when I always lean on you to sort of push me to work out and diet.
Yeah. Like, for instance, when we were working out, I noticed that you like to work out during the day, but when it was at night, no way.
Yeah. And it's because of routine. Like, the busiest part of our day is at night. And and because here in Australia, winter, as soon as the sun goes down, it's bloody cold.
Yeah.
So like I love, while I'm working from home, I love to exercise during the day. And last time we were on a diet, I used to like get up in the morning, 6 a.m, and exercise.
Yeah.
I hate it when you do that. Like I just feel like you're like gonna snap your whole wrist. And it's just
maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I will. Well, I'm currently reading this book, David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. And it's like going really, really well. He talks about this time when he's doing this workout, right? And he gets really, really tired because he's basically just eating a banana for breakfast and then doesn't eat until dinner. So this is midway through the day. And he's doing his gym workout where he just rep out hundreds and hundreds of these exercises.
Yeah.
He goes in and he does pull-ups.
Okay.
And I think he was doing 100. He was doing a set of 100. But on the 99th rep, he couldn't do anymore. So he just dropped down, like got his stuff and left the gym. It played on his mind so much that like he got out of bed, went to the gym and did the whole workout again until he got the rep.
Jeez.
Like this is someone that like has like immense self-discipline.
Yeah, that's like a master.
Yeah,
self-discipline.
I know. And like listening to the book, because I got the audiobook. So if you're gonna get a version, get that version because it's like a radio show, podcast, like behind the scenes. It's got friggin' everything in there.
Yeah, I really want to read it after.
Or listen
to it.
Huh? So like he just goes on this journey of trying to instill in himself all his discipline. Listening to it from the point that I am in my life is insane.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like not in terms of similarities. At all.
You're doing 100 push-ups.
Couldn't even dream of doing 100 push-ups. But he kind of he started from nothing, like in terms of like just being massively overweight.
Yeah.
Like the regimen, the eating practices, everything was just extreme. Like he lost he had to lose, I think it was like between 50 and 53 kilos in 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah. So all he was eating,
Is that possible?
he's like,
Yeah, true. But he's impossible.
See, that's what he kind of wants to break down in this book.
Mm.
But he kind of like, he does it, right?
Mm.
And it's more his mind that powers that.
Wow.
Yeah. And what he sort of said was, it isn't about just getting to the point of you breaking. It's about you getting to the point of breaking and then trying to find the answers there.
Wow.
Like he does some intense mental activities.
Yeah.
And in the book, he actually lays down challenges. At the end of each chapter, he'll give you a challenge.
Mm.
Like he's got one for the accountability mirror.
Yeah.
And it's really extreme.
Mm.
So he's like, if you're failing at work or at school because you don't have a certain skill and you can't and you're not smart enough, say you're dumb. Like if you're overweight, say you're fat.
Yeah.
So it's like no bullshit at all. I was just like sort of thinking, like, imagine you were that extreme with yourself.
Mm.
Like I see like where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And I do want to try it, but it's just so extreme.
Yeah. But I also wonder, like, I know you haven't finished the book yet, but because I know he's really self-disciplined in like, physical activities and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to know if he's like self-disciplined if he's mastered self-discipline in other areas of his life, like relationships. Does he have kids?
It actually didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Like there is a bit where one of his partners falls pregnant, but then they don't touch on whether he had the child or not. Yeah,
like I'd like to know if he's, mastered self-discipline in other areas of his life. Like, for example, like we were just talking about my experience, how when it comes to things that I like to do, I'm highly motivated to do it and self-motivated to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas things that I don't really want to do, it's so hard. So I want to see like what is it that he sort of, doesn't really want to do, but
he doesn't like exercising.
Oh yeah, true.
So what he kind of established within himself is the things that he doesn't like to do, that's where he likes to be.
Oh, okay.
Because he likes it when he's not used to something or something's extreme and he's in a place where he's got to test himself. So now it's about his mental game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Strengthening it. So everything's like a challenge.
Wow.
This isn't someone that watches movies or like is big about music or anything like that. He's so committed to just improving himself.
Wow.
Like, and the stuff that he powers through is insane. Read or listen to the book. It's really worth it.
Yeah. I can't wait to listen to it. And also like because you said that there's more in the audiobooks than there is in the actual book.
Yeah, that's right. Because at the end of every chapter, there's like a behind the scenes sort of interview that happens as well.
So does he read it or someone else?
So his ghostwriter reads it.
Oh, okay.
Something Skolnick. Robert Skolnick, Joe Skolnick. I don't know. But it's actually like, it's really, really good. Like at first I was sort of like, why isn't he just reading the book? It'd make sense because the guy's like using the N-word and swearing and stuff like that.
Just hearing, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
It's the only time you can say that N-word.
He says it though, man. Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like it.
Yeah, but listening to it, because like I hear you walking around and it's on, but like it actually would sound weird if David Goggins was to read his own like book. I don't know. Because
But it's written in the first person perspective.
yeah, but still, it's that that the way you narrate it, it's like sort of like you could tell it's written out.
Yeah.
Whereas Goggins is more like you could tell he's more of a sort of speaker than a I don't know. Then like there's a different tone when you read and when you speak.
Yeah, but this is written as if he wrote it. Like it's exactly how he speaks.
Oh, really?
So it's funny hearing exactly like that.
Jeez.
It was pretty crazy. But listening to his book is probably the most disciplined that I've been in the last, like, let's say a couple of years in terms of sticking to something.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask when, like, reading the book, have you ever sort of experienced any of that feeling? Like, has there ever been a time in your life where you felt, not to the extent of David Goggins' self-discipline, but like your sort of extreme self-discipline?
Yeah, when I what was it? It was about 6.5 years ago now.
Damn.
And we and we went on the keto diet. And through that diet, we did the most extreme things in terms of the eating. Extreme.
Were you excreaming? Yeah, continue.
Through the diet, like it was this exposure to a different type of eating through the diet, fasting, because we did that as well. The different foods. I was never big about eating the fat on meat. Yeah. But now I was supposed to that was supposed to be the main source of my diet. I had not worked out for years, but by the end of it, I was like working out 5 times a week. I was pretty fit. Like I was like working out 5 times a week. I was walking 4 times a week, sometimes walking and like working out in the same day. But it didn't matter how late it was. It didn't matter like if I was tired. Yeah. It just mattered that I was like, committed to it.
Yeah, you guys were like, because you were doing it with Dave as well. I was at
my
home.
brother.
Yeah, and there was one time I came over and I think you guys did your workout and then I did my workout and then we all went out for a walk. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was dying. Yeah. Like I don't know how you guys were doing it, but yeah, that was like I couldn't handle it.
It was like when we got to that level, it was the most fulfilling thing. Like I didn't even feel the walk. Funny enough, like
I know.
Like we would just kind of move. It didn't matter if it was like, starting to rain or stuff like that. We would like still go.
And I felt bad because like you guys had your thing and I was there and I was like, man, I want to go home. But you like, I was so impressed by you guys because it was like nothing to use. Yeah, like you walking uphill was like nothing. And then, but I was just like, because I hate walking.
But you also got short legs.
Yeah, that was my excuse. I was like, they got longer legs, so because you guys are way ahead of me.
See, David Goggins talks about this as well. He talks about putting titles on people, so it gives you like a get out of jail free card. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But I think that like because I was so shit with that walk that by the time we got to like probably I think your street, I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I just ran. Just
get her over and done
with. It's there. I can see it. And I just sprinted home.
So like that was this journey where we had to build it up, right? And at like not at the end of it, but kind of at one of the first peaks where we started seeing results and like it had this flow-on effect where I was feeling better about myself. I was feeling more confident. I was doing better at my job. I was a better partner to you. I felt through that time. I was. Don't give me that look.
I didn't give you any look.
There's a look. I know there was a look. When you're like, yeah, okay.
No, yeah, continue.
And I actually seen a lot more potential in myself then. Like I didn't feel like I was limited. Like down the track, I kind of got into the space where I was like, I feel like I can't do anything more.
Yeah.
Like I felt like this is just me.
Yeah.
Which is the tough part because you kind of feel I can't fix myself. Whereas if I maybe stayed in that discipline, like I might have done a bit better.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing about losing that self-discipline is you get to that stage where you just sit back and like regret.
Yeah. But you also have to start at the start again.
Yeah.
And when you have to climb that mountain again, like some people might relish it and like hats off to you. But like for me, I was like, I don't think I have the time for this. And I'd start making excuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Damn it. I had something else.
Oh.
I was going to ask.
Goggins.
What about... The whole episode isn't going to be about me quoting, like, I might as well, like, read the book to you. What about you? Because you went through a similar journey during that time as well.
When we did the diet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, it was hard because we did the diet like 2 weeks straight first. But it was because I had started on a totally different diet before and I was also working out at the gym. And then when you guys introduced me to keto, the ketogenic diet and also the weight training, yeah, and then I wanted to do that. So I quit the gym and I stopped doing their diet and I jumped on keto and I was still going to the gym. But then after that, I was like, you know what, like I'm switching. So I completely quit the gym and then just did what you guys did.
Right.
And yeah, that 2 weeks where, because you guys were doing cheat days and everything because you had already done your 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
So I did mine and it was around my birthday. That was hard. Because I was like, but it's my birthday.
And then you like blew out the candles and everyone else ate your cake.
But because the first 2 weeks when I was at the gym, I was losing weight, but it wasn't fast enough. So this was because I had lost the weight. I already got that taste of like, you know, hey, it's working. But then seeing this, and also it fit perfectly with my polycystic ovaries. And at that time, I needed something I was focused on treating that. So that's why I jumped on this. And yeah, and then the 2 weeks, did the 2 weeks, and then we had the cheat day. But yeah, the routine of the exercises was it was fun. It was really fun. It was also hard. Like at first it was really, really hard because you had to, like, you know, before you start cheating, you had to do that hard out, like
full body workout.
Yeah. And that killed me. And then it also didn't make me hungry. So like I waited for this day. Now I'm not hungry.
I know.
Yeah. So that was like hard. But yeah, that was like probably the best time of my life. Like seeing the changes and just becoming a lot more confident.
Yeah. And how did you feel with like the extra confidence? Because you like during that time you weren't very confident.
I've never been very confident. But at that time, yeah, I was like, I felt really good because I was like also excited at the time that I was fitting into my old clothes and I was able to buy new clothes. And
didn't you get the shits that you had given away some of your older clothes?
I did, hey? Yeah, actually that was funny because it was right before I joined the gym that I gave away my clothes because I was like, I'm never ever going to be skinny. I'm never like going to get to that like weight again.
Yeah.
And then like as the next couple of weeks I was on the diet. Like but yeah, no, I felt like a lot more energetic.
Yep.
And a lot happier. And also like at the time in our relationship I was a lot clingy. I was clingy.
Oh, clingy. I thought you said clean. I was like,
What the
what are you not telling me here?
I showered for like, I was very clingy.
Okay.
And so by that time when I started losing the weight, I was like kind of more about me than it was about you this time.
Yeah.
Like I was like enjoying like, you know,
focusing on yourself.
Yeah. And I had plans.
Yeah.
I had plans for the whole year. I was like, you know, I'm going to travel. I wanted to do like a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
And I was going to focus on me and less focus on you because before it was always like sort of how to make you happy and, you know, like trying to impress you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then that time I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to, you know, focus on me. I'm also going to focus on my health with my polycystic ovaries. I had plans to go see a specialist and everything. But yeah, then it all changed when I fell pregnant.
Of course, yeah. Everything changed.
Yeah.
So you've been at a point where you've been physically fit, right?
Yeah.
And then now I see you at a point where you're like mentally fit. Which one for you had the greatest impact?
Mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
no
one for you was
hesitation.
harder?
Actually. I think mentally. Mentally was harder. Physically was like it was hard for that first 2 weeks, but then once you get into a routine, it was okay. And like there was so many more benefits in, you know, looking good and being a certain weight and everything. But at that time of my life, I still didn't know what to do with my life.
It's funny how we kind of go, I'm going to get physically fit so that other people can love me.
Yeah.
But then you went, I'm going to get mentally fit so I can love myself. And I think that's where self-discipline comes in, is loving yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it for anyone else but yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
So for me, I kind of went, all right, so you've now fallen pregnant. And that kind of gave me license to kind of fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
At that point, because of the shakeup in my life and everything was kind of changing, I kind of looked for excuses. There were points there where I was like, you can't do this. Like you've done all this work. You need to keep going on your journey. And I don't know if you remember, but through your pregnancy, I wouldn't stick to like the diet or a regular exercise regime, but like sometimes I might work out outside at your place because I was traveling back and forth between two houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually I just lost the battle. And I started using, I've got a family now, or we're looking for a place, or I'm not at my place as an excuse not to do those things.
Did you also push me to do those things so you can do those things?
I did, because what I felt in our relationship back then was a lot of it was permission based.
What do you mean?
So like I wouldn't do it unless you're okay with it.
Okay. Why?
Well, I didn't want to upset you and then have another 2-hour conversation about it.
You and your 2-hour conversations. Why would you upset me for working out?
I don't know. Like, at that point, it might be because you just want to chill out, or why are you putting working out over spending time with me?
Is that another excuse, Bob?
Well, no, because I powered through it and I did it.
Okay.
I didn't start the journey of trying to get into shape, and then only when you started.
Yeah.
You started after I started.
What do you mean?
Like on keto and weight training and everything.
Yeah, no, but I started the gym before you guys.
Okay.
For real. I joined in February.
Okay.
No joke. I joined in February and I told you, and then all of a sudden you guys wanted to work out. So I was
that was always in the cards.
Whatever. No, the reason why I had to do something about my weight was because that month I had my brother's 21st and the photos came out and I just seen a photo of myself and I just cried. Like I broke down because it was the first like full body shot of me and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I cried so bad. And then I was like, you know what? Oh, fuck it. So I straight away on that day, I signed up to Curves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's usually that thing that pushes you over the edge, and then you do something drastic sometimes to just disrupt it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my voice is breaking because I needed to burp. So we create barriers sometimes.
Yeah.
To, I guess, give ourselves excuses to not do those things like that keeps us disciplined. What are some barriers to like keeping yourself mentally fit?
Barriers?
Yeah. Like what are some of the things that keep you from being mentally fit? Because you also went through a point where you went, I can't be bothered staying on the positive. And you kind of fell off the wagon. It was a very short period. It was probably like maybe 2 months or something. What's something that
was I can't be bothered with the law of attraction practices.
Okay.
But I get what you mean because with the trying to stay positive, especially when you get hit with shit in your life, like when you get that unexpected event that it's a lot of drama, unexpected drama, all of that shit, and then you're just like, it's not more like, I think because I've gone past the point where it's like it's about me. It's just everyone around me is now talking about this, and it's like that. Like I can't sort of tell everybody what they should be thinking about. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So like it was hard to like if I stayed quiet and didn't say anything, then people were like, what's wrong, Julia? Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't want to join in the conversation because I'm trying to, I'm going through a process where I kind of don't want to focus on negativity. I don't want to focus on drama. And that's like, it was like at the time I was struggling to sort of be empathetic towards somebody and like that person sort of the type of empathy they wanted was that I understood where they're, what they're feeling and that I sort of, tailor my thoughts to
siding with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they can continue to bitch and gossip and
so they can feel good that somebody's on their side and supporting them rather than, yeah. But like, yeah, it's hard when you get faced with, you know, challenges and stuff like that, especially when it comes to like society, like social expectations. Because I might be like going through a path, but everyone's sort of like they're I don't know, talking about the latest drama, talking about like a group of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They rather focus on, you know, news or negative shit that's happening around the world. And I'm like, it doesn't impact me.
Yeah.
So at the time was like, do I stay quiet or do I join in? Because if I stay quiet, I'm antisocial, or if I join in, then I'm like a hypocrite. Like, you know what I mean? So like for me, I actually joined in. That was my mistake. So I joined in, and then, you know, it just became a thing that happened all the time.
Yeah.
So then I just kept getting further and further away from like being positive, and then that's when it started affecting me mentally.
So you felt shitter as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it brought it into the house, and like, you know, I was like, and then I started getting moody, and yeah.
Okay.
But it's also hard. Like it's like, you know, you're a totally different person now. Like, but like it was hard to also go on that journey, and you're in a relationship with someone who is not on that journey as well. Like right now, we're awesome because like we're now sort of on the same level.
Yeah.
Back then, it was really hard for me to sort of stay mentally fit when you weren't.
It's like trying to quit smoking.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm trying to, you know, be positive and, you know, try and create a positive environment. But at the time I think you were going through anxiety.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard to
I think then it was peaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really sort of hard to stay positive. And I kept saying to myself, well, maybe this is the test, you know, like if I can stay positive during like, you know, this time, and if I can sort of, you know, bring positivity into your life, maybe it'll be good for all of us.
I'll stop giving you so much shit.
No. Well, yeah. But yeah, that was a challenge. That one was like really, really challenging.
So you had some daily practices. I remember you were saying you were on the train, you'd say your prayer, you'd go through your gratitudes and say what you're grateful for. You'd watch motivational videos until you got to your stop. You wouldn't engage in gossip or shit talking or anything at work.
Yeah.
And then on the way back home, you'd like keep watching motivational videos. And you would also, I remember, like be clear about things that you want to do. Because I remember during that time, you created a lot of momentum in terms of things that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Like we started going on a lot more like road trippy type things.
Oh, yeah.
We went on a cruise during that time, which was the first time that I had crossed international waters in any way. And it was on a cruise. So it generated so much momentum compared to, let's say, 2 years before that. And we were in a very rough place. Was that hard to keep up every day?
No. When I'm doing it on my own, no. But when I then have to sort of interact with other people, then it's hard.
Yeah.
Because like I'm already a quiet person, like I'm an introvert. But then because of that process, and where I sort of had to sort of take a step back and not sort of
Engage.
get involved in any sort of drama, or
Yeah.
like if if people just wanted a bitch, like it was hard for me to get away from that.
I kind of wish you could say to someone, I'm not taking any of the shit in. Like, I'm just going to let you like just vent, and it's going to go in and then go out. That's all that's going to happen with it. I hope you know.
Yeah, but like
I could never say it to someone.
Yeah.
I had someone once say it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but but the way that they said it and the role that they were playing was so like it wasn't about them getting actionable stuff to use. Like, it was just me like venting, and then they were just like, okay.
Yeah. Because like when you're in a work environment or in like, any sort of social group, you have that it's like, being in with the crowd, or in with the group, you know what I mean? Trying to fit in. Whereas at the time I wasn't like, I just didn't want to be, I just wanted to be on my own.
Yeah. And I think when you try to stay on the positive path in those types of situations, you always end up being an enemy of that group. Like, let's say you were like, pardon me, this person, like, they talk so much shit, they do nothing, they just like walk around like they're like the man or something like that. And then you might say something like, well, maybe they're just like, really confident and sure of themselves. And it's like, nah, they're a friggin' idiot. And it's like, you sound like you're defending them.
Yeah. And also like if you don't say anything, then you're even more antisocial sort of thing, or you're boring, or which I don't mind, because in high school I was called boring, so I'm kind of used to it. I now like actually don't care. Like,
you don't believe that you being boring is almost like you like, your views on those guys that are disciplined, or those women that are disciplined, that they are quiet.
True. I don't know, but I don't see myself as disciplined. Like, okay. I wish I was, but like, I mean, diet and exercise, I'm terrible.
Yeah, but that's physically.
But I also don't have I smoke.
Okay. But those are all things that you could work on, right?
Yeah.
But you're disciplined in terms of consistently pushing forward. Like, you're very future thinking, you're disciplined to our budget most times. Like, you do things every day that are true to like walking a positive path.
Yeah, well, like self-discipline is probably one of the newest things I'm learning, or I'm trying to sort of incorporate in my life.
Yeah.
And it naturally comes with being mentally fit. So because I'm focused so much on my mind and everything, strengthening my mind, with that automatically comes self-discipline.
True.
Because it's easy to be negative.
Yeah.
Like, that's because of the way we're conditioned, that's already ingrained into your mind. But you need to almost sort of reverse that and feed your mind with positivity. So that's hard work.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, say you're unhealthy, or you're fat, let's just say.
Yeah.
So, you've spent all your life getting to that point where you're fat, and now you're going to work out. So that's going to, that takes a lot of hard work to, get rid of all that, the fat, all the toxins, get into shape. That's exactly like your mind. So your mind is already filled with negative shit. Your mind's already like automatically negative.
Right.
but it takes a lot of hard work to feed positivity into your brain for it to get stronger.
Yeah, because you're constantly overturning negative thoughts and turning them into positive ones.
Yeah. And it's so hard. Like at first it was so hard because I didn't realize how much, like I thought I was a positive person before. But then, you know, when, you know, just in normal conversation, somebody will say something and it's like, I'm about to join in or I'm about to agree. And I'm like, hey, wait, that's negative. Like, you know, like I can't say that about that person or, you know what I mean? Like just normal daily interactions. I didn't realize how negative a society we are.
Yeah. Yeah. And that takes real discipline to stop that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes it's natural and you're like, fuck, I hate that. You know what I mean?
And same with things that you watch as well. That's a like, you know, news, like going on my news feed, like when you scroll through your news feed, try and put like you can barely find anything positive.
Yeah, which like, and still to this day, I don't like when, like, you know, if you tell me something that's negative at the end of the day that I can't do anything about, or in the morning. Because it just sets the tone for the night that I'm going to have and the day that I'm going to have.
But you know what's funny is that you're on your phone in the morning and at night. You don't see it.
Yeah, I know, but because I don't subscribe to the same things that other people do.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I'm not like assuming that and I'm not putting that on you. Get so defensive.
No, I'm just saying, like, isn't it a normal thing on everyone's newsfeed? Like when you scroll, like usually anything you see, or are you just telling me your newsfeed is all positive stuff?
No, but I scroll straight past it. Like you were telling me about the 15-year-old that was stabbed and beaten to death.
Yeah.
Which was disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? You told me about it during the middle of the day. And I got really, really mad. One, at his age. Two, that he didn't even know what was happening. He was just waiting there for his family. These parents had lost a child, which I couldn't imagine. And then the last thing was, I can't even fucking do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes me the angriest because I want to stop something, but I have no like way to do it.
Yeah. Like I was ready to, like when I seen that and that was all over my newsfeed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got so pissed off. Like I was ready to rant on social media.
Yeah.
And like, you know, express like how angry I am at, you know, these kids that, you know, go and there was between 13 and 16-year-olds and they go and, you know, kill an innocent life.
Yeah.
And they're in gangs. Like I had a lot of things that I wanted to say, you know, about gangs as well. But then I was like, you know what, like that's not going to help. That's not going to do anything. That's just me going to be a keyboard warrior and it's going to have no impact.
Yeah.
So then like I just wrote a long post on, you know, how, you know, I forgot what I wrote.
Jeez. But check it out on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it was like an imagination exercise to sort of like push them to, you know, do things that are that'll help them, you know, do something that they enjoy without hurting anybody, without.
So you turned it into positive action for yourself. Okay.
For them.
And for yourself.
Oh.
The act of actually putting something positive and contributing was probably the thing that helped you cope with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your anger. So you turned a negative emotion into a positive one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good work. Seriously.
You might as well do this.
No, that's how you're perceiving it. See? Don't turn it into negative. I was giving you like the thumbs up, like good work.
All right.
Job done. Well, speaking of this generation that's growing up now, should they be disciplined?
It depends. Like, discipline, they should be, but as we were talking about it in our last episode, and with the generational upbringing and how, back then discipline was like physical abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should they be physically abused? No. Occasionally, maybe.
I actually think, and I'm not going to call it physical abuse. When I got a hiding, it let me know straight away. Like, I have no, I don't have any sort of negative feelings about it. I'm not harboring any grudges about getting a hiding.
Yeah.
And being disciplined that way.
Yeah. Actually,
the words hurt more.
100%.
I thought.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like, just cutting the bullshit. Yeah, I smack Brody.
Yeah.
I that's how I was raised as well, and I think that it works, but I don't think that you should beat them
to an inch of their life.
Yeah, like I don't even think you should beat them until they're bruised. Like, just a smack. That's it. But
it's just snapping them out.
Yeah, that's it. It's just like when they're in that, it's like when you're angry. Wait, I don't do it to you, but like if, someone was angry and I just sort of slap you out of it, like that's how I slap Brody. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm lying. Yeah, I give him a hiding sometimes. But I know how to control myself.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that, you should beat them every time they do something wrong. I don't think you should, hit them when, whenever they, like, when you're not happy about something.
Yeah.
Like, if it's something that's like gone, that's like hard out, then yeah, like I think you can, like, smacking is acceptable. I was smacked when I was younger, and that taught me to, sort of think before I say or do anything that's like inappropriate or rude. That taught me discipline. That taught me how to stay humble. And how to, treat people with respect. That's when I got smacked.
Yeah.
If I didn't, if I wasn't doing those things, or if I was hurting somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, I think that, they should be disciplined. I'm not saying that they should be abused, like or they should be smacked. I think that they need to sort of I think you need to sort of feed them with a lot of advice, because this generation is growing up with tech.
Yeah.
As we were talking about, and tech is addictive. So I think like finding that, and we're trying to figure it out as well with Brody, trying to find that balance. Between tech and other stuff in their lives.
Right.
Otherwise, they can get consumed in tech. And when they're overly consumed with tech, they miss out on a lot of other things in their lives. And like, also, there's a lot of impacts that come from social media, just like that case with that teenager that got stabbed.
Yeah.
That was from a conflict on social media.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying, all of that is going to, that's also like the scary stuff about, tech. And that's what our kids are consuming themselves with.
Yeah.
So teaching them that balance, being strict on the time that they're, using tech. Yeah, and what else? Monitor what they're doing online, because you can't see what they're doing, and they could be, hurting someone, or somebody's hurting them, like, or they're fighting and we don't know about it.
True. Do you think that there's more of a focus on perfection with social media?
Hard out.
And less of a focus on failure? As in, it's not okay to fail nowadays because you need to be perfect so you don't get shit on social media. I'm only saying that, right, because I think failure is such an important part of your development as well. Like, you need to fail and you need to become really comfortable with it. But when you do it, like in this day and age, it's a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Because it blows up on social media.
Yeah.
Like, there's even like fail. When you say fail, it was such a fail.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
what a fail.
Like everything is a fail. But it's not in a good way. It's not what a fail and then go, what a learn. It could be a thing.
Hashtag what a learn.
What a learn.
Well, I mean, like, because, like with us when we were in school, like, there were kids that were, the cool kids, right?
Yeah.
We see that at school, but like, we're only there for 6 hours a day, and then we go home.
I swear we used to go to school for 8 hours, but anyways.
But whereas these kids, they're online, like, some of them are online 24/7.
Yeah.
So they're interacting with these cool kids all the time.
Yeah.
And then you have like those, the likes and the follows and all of that sort of gauge how popular you are. So they're constantly sort of trying to be the coolest kid out there. So to them, it's like they cannot afford to fail because they've already built up all these likes, all these follows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, my sister yesterday was so sad that, she sent me like this sad face emoji that TikTok deleted one of her videos. I was like, that's okay. Like, it's just one video, but it's like, it's so extreme for them. Like, it's like, how dare they?
My digital identity is devastated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like to her, she failed.
Right. Okay.
They're like,
so she was being disciplined by TikTok.
Probably. I don't know. But it's so different now. Like, life is so different for these kids. And like, we need to learn how to discipline them the right way, because how we grew up, with getting smacked might not be the best way for them. There's also a high number of suicide cases with these kids as well.
I also think, just going back to like having that friend circle online as well, like, there's a lot of kids that aspire to be at that level. So they basically do everything to try get in with them. They'll lie about things that they like, and they'll dismiss things that they actually like. But to be cool, you have to meet that certain mold, I guess.
And back then, like, speaking, as a female, like when I was a girl, like, we would look at artists, like primary school.
Okay. 12.
12, yeah. So we'd look at artists on TV, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now these kids are looking at like Instagram,
influencers.
And
YouTube.
and also celebrities as well. And like the you have like Instagram models, and now the biggest thing is to have like the biggest ass, biggest boobs, biggest lips. Like that's the thing now. So these kids are like, okay, when I'm 18, that's the first thing I'm going to do.
I could be an Instagram model.
Why?
Because I got a big ass, big boobs, and big lips.
All right.
Anyways, go
on. Yeah. So like, those they're exposed to things that we were never exposed to. Like,
yeah,
Playboy, that we couldn't see that, but porn, we would never see that.
Yeah.
They have that on their phones. Like these phones have everything. So
there's unlimited access.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like these kids, they just want to be like that. They want to be the hottest thing on Instagram to get more likes, to get more follows and all that. If anything, they're actually disciplined in that way.
Yeah.
Where they all like, work hard to be fit, to be like, to not get sort of get overweight, make sure that their hair's done, nails are done, eyebrows, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're disciplined in that way, but it's, yeah. Is it the right thing though?
Because it's almost like they're aspiring to be an influencer, an actor, a star, a sports, like, someone that is in a high profile role. But then at school, because of that cool clique, you've also got the gatekeepers there saying whether you'd be able to make it in any way.
Yeah.
And then on social media, they'll shoot you down as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't escape it. You take it with you everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And like when we were in school, like you'd have that, clique of bullies and they're always in a group. Like there will never be a bully.
Yeah.
There'll be a group of bullies because bullies are too scared to face you on their own. They have to have their, their group with them.
Were you going to say cronies?
No.
Did you grow up in like the 30s or something?
I was going to say that the crowd. But
okay. All right.
Yeah. Whereas on social media, like it's like everyone's all of a sudden got balls because they're behind a screen and they could just type, shit.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there's a lot of bullies. I mean, look at any comment on anything, and there's always like a few people that, say shit about whatever.
Would you be upset if YouTube took away the thumbs down button?
Would I be upset?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even care to be. I didn't
Same.
even look at the thumbs up.
Like I find that I would put a thumbs up, but if I was going to put, like, if I didn't enjoy the video or if I wasn't like, into it, I wouldn't put a thumbs down.
True.
You know what I mean?
Like, who would go in?
Why give the option? A movie, like, it's weird. A movie gets notoriety these days for getting the lowest score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very rare that you kind of, you hear them talking about the smaller movies with the highest score.
Yeah, true. But yeah. Oh, they took away the so you don't, this was ages ago, but on Instagram you can't see how many people liked your post. You know how many people cried? How many kids cried over that?
Yeah.
There's so many videos that they posted up. Like, I cannot believe you did that.
Because that's your rep.
Yeah. But you like anyway. Be another topic.
Do you have anything else to add in any way?
You were talking about sorry if I'm backtracking.
No.
How do you view someone who is disciplined, but what about someone who isn't?
Who isn't disciplined?
Like what character?
Like if I'm going to them and I expect them to be the subject matter expert in that field and they're not disciplined, I kind of lose trust in them.
Wow. So that's like leadership that are not disciplined. Wow.
Because there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But in terms of like my day-to-day interactions, like I really don't care in terms of like I'm not there to judge them or anything like that. I'm really empathetic, and yeah, everyone's got their own thing that they got to do.
Yeah.
But you will never remember that person. That person will never ever stand out.
No.
But that condition-focused, performing, executing person will always be the person they'll be there, and you'll always remember them.
Yeah. Actually, I just thought about something. I don't know if it's in line with being disciplined, but being nice is so underrated these days that people are now having to try to be nice to be successful. Like, be nice. It's almost like you got to be nice to be successful these days. I see a lot of entrepreneurs sort of, that's their advice to people. Be nice. Like, what?
Where was this 10 years ago?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, it's almost like nice has sort of like faded over the generations, that now, like, you know, people actually have to train to be nice, or like, you know, learn to be nice. And I didn't know when that happened.
Well, I don't know if there is a clear separation in the corporate world, where I think a lot of it is kind of based, this niceness. But there's a massive separation between you're a nice person and you're a good performer.
Yeah.
They're not like mutually exclusive. Whereas when you cross over to the, like, I find the more labor-ish sort of side, like I've worked in warehouses and stuff like that, transport depots, like you don't have to be the nicest person to be the best worker.
But I feel like that's changed these days.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that, well, from what I'm seeing is that, you know, how society has become a lot, sorry to say, soft these days. And everything is about, it's just like about relationships as well. It's like people are more inclined to hire somebody that is nice rather than somebody that is skilled.
Really?
I'm seeing that a lot lately, and it's like the nice person will stick around and be loyal, whereas the you know, people that are skilled might not necessarily stick around for that long. Because another thing that's falling off, from what I noticed, it's my own sort of perspective, but it almost seems like, especially to do with millennials, because of, you know, how they perceive us as being entitled. It's almost like, well, you know, these kids like might have the skills but don't have the attitude for this role.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to waste time training them when they're just going to go whenever they feel like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas now it's like they're looking more at, you know, behaviors, whether you're nice, because if you're nice, you're loyal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm finding a lot, what I'm seeing happening around now. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to look out for it. And I might also add it to my resume. General nice guy. Generally really dapper sort of man.
But I mean, it must be that hard to find these days that people like, well, people are perceiving it that way, but yeah, that they're actually looking for. I mean, look at Gary Vee and you know all the other motivational speakers. That like their main advice is be nice.
Mm. You know what? I'm looking forward to a time when we can be more civil with each other out in like a corporate space. I think you're in that space now. Like you come home with nothing but mostly good things to say. Well, all of it is good things, but like,
Yeah,
it's like any office.
yeah, but I think the corporate world is different though. Like I'm not working in corporate anymore.
Okay.
But when I was, that was a completely different world.
Mm.
That was almost like ruling with an iron fist.
Mm.
Like how it was. Like I find the corporate world is a lot more old fashioned in the ways that they run things.
Yeah.
Even though like, you know, they're digital and everything now, but it's more like they focus so much on productivity than anything else.
Yep.
And like regardless whether your quality is good, whether you're a good person, they will, you know, if you don't meet productivity, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a number.
Mm.
True. Okay. What about you? You actually didn't say.
What?
When you see someone that is not disciplined
Mm-hmm.
or not self-disciplined, what are your thoughts? What's your perception of them?
I don't have any perception of them, but I see, I can, like, I notice their characteristics and they're so different to somebody that is disciplined. Like they have a lot more bad habits.
Yep.
They a lot of times, or the language that they use a lot of times is, man, like, you know, if I could go back or if I change this, or it's a lot of regrets.
Yeah. Do they also say, if I was in that situation, when listening to someone else, do they say, if I was in that situation, I'd do this?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of like, you know, ifs and, yeah. And it's almost like they just live a life of regret or a life, you know, they're too scared to do something, even though they're saying it, but you know that there's like a lot of people know when someone's just talking shit rather than, you know, they're the type of people that actually take action. There's a lot of people like the opposite of, you know, somebody who is disciplined, where they're quiet and they're, you know, quiet achievers. And then you have somebody who is not disciplined, but they're the ones that are bragging that, you know, saying this and like, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool. Like when?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also on the other hand, then you have the quiet ones that are not disciplined, but they just sit there and you can tell that they just live a life of regret. Because when you do talk to them, it's like, yeah, I wish I had done this differently. I wish I had done, you know, did this. I wish I had changed this.
Yep.
Yeah. Or I always get bad luck. That was me. That was me ages ago.
Yeah.
Always. Why is it always me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I find that they conform to other people's opinions and ideas.
Okay. So there isn't that self-confidence.
Yeah.
And just investment in self, like their own ideas.
Yeah.
Ideals.
Yeah. Like you know, when they haven't, like they'll say something and then somebody else will have, you know, will have like they'll challenge them and then they're like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, like that's what I thought.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I don't
know.
Good. Like those are my observations.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Might be wrong.
I will look out for those.
Hey, which one of us are more disciplined?
You. I think you are. I think you're more mentally disciplined, and I think I'm more physically disciplined.
Yeah, same.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
balance?
yeah, I was going to say. Get a yin and yang in the middle of this table. All right. Shall we move into gratitudes?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have anything else.
Nope.
No. So what is the thing this week that you are most grateful for?
Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
I would like to start.
All right. Go.
Okay. So I'm extremely grateful for your vision in changing and recreating our studio. So if you watched last week's video, you'd see that this space is completely different. If you watch this week's video or the video that you're watching now, you'll see that Jules has, like, she's masterminded a different sort of layout for our studio.
With your help.
Yeah, I drove the car. And it's on a budget as well. And this is taking into account the decor, the way it's going to look.
Tables.
The tables. I'm getting to it. But also functionally in terms of recording, and hopefully that also shows as well, which I can notice a difference. It actually sounds a bit quieter and it's carrying a bit more. So yeah, really grateful to you, hon.
Thank you.
Because this is another step. Like, we keep taking these steps, and every step brings us closer to, I think, something that, you know, is going to be great, or is great, but it's going to be greater.
A first step.
What do you got in the great?
Oh no, I feel shit because you were thankful for, you were grateful for me, but now I sound like
I feel
real
grateful,
selfish.
and then you're like, I feel shit.
No, I am. I'm 100% grateful for you. But this
All right.
This week, actually, what I'm most grateful for was that I've learned so much over the last 2 weeks, and that I found that what triggers you about someone else is what you actually need to heal within yourself.
Yeah.
And I found that within me as well. So I started listing down things that that I need to heal within myself. And one of them was, three of them is controlling, being judgmental, and being jealous. Those were my insecurities that I'm learning to overcome at the moment, which I think I'm getting there. I'm doing. There's a lot of times when there is I feel like I'm going to control something, and then I'm sort of taking a step back. And I've been practicing that for the last 2 weeks, and I feel it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But with that self-discipline, I'm finding that I'm becoming a lot happier because I'm just sort of shut up.
Self-discipline.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that my gratitude actually linked to the topic. But anyway, and then I just look off and I just see teeth.
Jeez. All right.
But yeah, that's actually being so freeing to learn how to overcome that.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes. So freeing, learning how to overcome that. I will go into our quote. So we asked Tom Bilyeu to be on the show, but unfortunately he couldn't be here, so we stole one of his quotes.
You asked?
I asked him, yes. What's wrong with that? I think Tom Bilyeu would kill this topic.
Oh, yeah, of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Stay legendary, Tom Bilyeu. All right. So Tom Bilyeu says, discipline is a natural byproduct of desire and identity. People today don't know how to build desire. And if you want to see something through, you absolutely must turn your wants into crushing needs. Once you truly need something, you'll make it happen. But you've got to learn to build a desire to a fever pitch, which is absolutely true. If you want something, you'll go out there and you'll fucking get it. And nothing will stop you.
Yeah.
Not the price, not how much you got in the banking account.
Not your partner.
Yeah. Yeah, not your partner. Like you'll just go out and you'll do it. And that is discipline. Anything else to add before we head off?
Nope.
Stay safe out there. Take care of each other and stay positive.
Stay positive.